to the first ever live edition of Fairfield Woods Boys Basketball. I am Chase Coburn, and today we have a battle of the Wildcats.
That is how it all started. That is the first time this club was ever out there. And today, I, Arif Kapoor, am here to tell you the story of how it all started and how it brought us to where we are today as a club. We started with a rather simple setup. It was actually just a headset hooked up to Chase's computer that had its camera covered with a yellow sticky note. The first live stream was actually produced on November 30th of 2022 on Chase's personal YouTube channel, not the Fairfield Woods channel. And the broadcast club was a small but mighty two-man crew at the time, our announcer Chase Coburn and the behind-the-scenes leader Alexander Majeski. So before we move on, let's have Alex and Chase tell us the whole story behind this mysterious yellow sticky note.
When we started with the live streaming, we didn't know how to record the game. It was just Chase's MacBook's webcam. And Chase didn't want his face on it. I don't know why. So for the first two live streams, we put a yellow sticky note over the camera.
I'm doing on camera now, guys.
So essentially, Chase decided at some point that he liked being on camera, and the live streams continued improving. So by the end of the 2022-2023 basketball seasons, we had finally incorporated a webcam for Chase that he overcame his fear of the camera. Just kidding, Chase. And then ultimately, we also implemented a Logitech webcam to get actual footage of the game action. And then we were invited to Roger Ludlow Middle School to live stream the basketball finals between the Jockey Hollow Lions and the Ludlow Bulldogs because of the increasing popularity of all of our live streams at the time. At this point, the man, the myth, the legend, our dean of students, the one who actually started our basketball live streams, encouraged Chase and the rest of our now rapidly growing club to start doing live morning announcements, but still on Chase's YouTube channel.
The evolution of the broadcast club is fascinating because it went in an evolution that I don't think I really expected, if you want me to be honest with you. I think when I first anticipated it, I thought it was going to be sports. And I think that kind of started when I streamed the basketball games and then the first live morning announcements. I don't know if you guys know this, the first 6 WWMSs were on a different channel, on my personal channel now, Chase Sports News, which for the people watching, they should subscribe, right? I mean, it's a pretty decent,
100%.
I mean, pretty decent channel.
Adam Schefter, Mike Greenberg,
I mean,
the likes of.
Talking about here. So, great channel, you guys should check that out. But anyway, it kind of started as like this sports thing, and it kind of started as like Chase Coburn Sports. And I thought like a lot of my work that I did personally would kind of work in with what I did at school as well. But then it just kind of, the show just evolved.
But what motivated Mr. Robinson to, break Chase out of his sports ideology? Well, I got to sit down with the man himself to find out. Without him, Mr. Robinson, welcome to the 8th grade farewell episode, special episode for Fairfield Woods Middle School broadcast team.
You're gonna make me cry. The farewell?
Wait, one question.
But really, when was the moment that you could be the regular boring administrator who gives people suspensions and sits around, but you took the initiative to start this club. Why?
I knew it was going to become better was when after basketball season was over that first year, and you guys did not want to end the club, and you started coming up with the ideas of how can you make this a year-long activity. And that's when I really knew that this thing was going to be big. And that's when we started looking for, outside people to donate some stuff to make, to basically take it from the ground up and develop it into what we've done. And then when we pulled out the Family Feud episode last year, everyone in the school enjoyed that. They watched it during the lunch wave, and that's when I knew you guys kind of really put yourself on the map.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. And since then, the meaning and foundation of the Broadcast Club has actually been a core part of our school. It's a place for people to express themselves and share passions and share their personal passions with the community.
Wait, one question.
First, just overall, the Broadcast Club and its founding 8th grade members, they have totally changed the dynamic of the school. We do announcements now. We operate the news shows, weekly shows, etc. Just tell me more about how, in your view, we have affected the community and the whole vibe, I guess, at school.
So, I feel you guys were very important and actually exceeded the expectations that I had for the broadcast club. I am so proud of how every member took so much pride in what they were doing and went above and beyond, to almost annoying how much you guys have actually done. Except for one member, just I'm hoping he graduates soon. Actually, he is graduating. Anyway, we'll get to that later. So, we've tried to instill a community feel here. We get a lot of messages out to people, focusing on a lot of inclusion, a lot of great episodes that you spearheaded, with the, inclusion and different nationality stuff and stuff, just thinking outside the box, that it's not just about school, it's about the entire community, such as your interview with the superintendent and some of the people that are outside in the Fairfield community, but also tying it back into our school, which is exactly where I envisioned it to be years from now. So we're way ahead of what I ever thought.
Anyways, back to the history of the club. The first 6 WWMS news shows were live streamed on Chase's personal YouTube channel every Friday from around January 20th of 2023 until March of that year. Then we actually got on the Fairfield Woods YouTube channel, where we incorporated coverage of a bunch of different things we have independent episodes for. This included like the Broadway Aladdin drama production. They all went into pre-recorded WWMS shows going into the end of the 2022-2023 school year. Then entered the 2023-2024 school year, and we had a lot more ideas, of course, getting me involved. But in all seriousness, all of our content kept improving and expanding. We hosted 2 Family Feud game shows, basketball hype videos, countless of Inside the Woods episodes, and many other types of content.
I remember bringing up to Ara one day, what if we did something like Inside the Woods? And
I said, absolutely not.
And little did we know that would end up being our, moneymaker, if you will.
That's now my favorite show, and actually, I think did I do the first Inside the Woods? Yeah, I did do the first 2 Inside the Woods.
But I had to spend months trying to convince Arav that this is what we should do. The Inside the Woods was the way to go, and now it turns out that it's the other way around, and I'm convincing him that we should do more WWS. It's a long 1 hour phone conversation, but that's kind of the evolution of the club.
And with this, getting the history and all that, boring or interesting stuff, depending on what perspective you come from, out of the way, let's go to the different founding members of the broadcast club, find out what are some of the most funny, embarrassing, or just overall humorous moments of the broadcast club and their experiences coming from the 8th grade members. This conversation ranges from everything from Go-Gurt, related conversations with Mr. Morris, to other bloopers. A couple embarrassing moments I want to highlight. First, question from our great tech ed teacher here, Mr. Morris. You want to come on camera?
How's it going, man?
You had an embarrassing question for Chase.
Wait, one question. Yes.
Am I allowed to ask this on camera?
Yes, sir. Chase, go ahead.
Ask me. I'm
Does
ready.
this align with the Be Kind initiatives that we have in school? Chase, at what age did you stop eating Go-Gurt?
So,
Hard hitting.
I gotta be honest with you. When this question first came out behind the scenes, I didn't know what Go-Gurt was. Looked it up. Never had Go-Gurt, ladies and gentlemen. I have never had a Go-Gurt in my entire life.
I love Go-Gurt.
That may be more embarrassing than maybe even still trying to eat it if someone is.
It would probably lead to a long life not eating Go-Gurt, but you should be eating Go-Gurt.
Yeah.
Go-Gurt's good.
Clearly, I make different decisions, but it's all right.
Anytime you get a pouch of yogurt, you eat it.
Right. So you do.
So you
Wait, one question.
It's been the most embarrassing moment. It took place in the club. We talked to Chase about this. He hasn't tried Go-Gurt yet. That was the highlight of his middle school career. Talk to me. Most embarrassing part of Announcements Club over the past almost 3 years for you.
I mean, I don't know that I've really been embarrassed. I mean...
How about the voice change from the beginning?
You sound like a little mouse, like, hi guys.
Cue in a voice change for Noah real quick.
So, yeah,
This was him
just
when he
play that
started.
clip.
Street Fighter came out in like the 1990s or something. That says Street Fighter 6.
We were in the other room, Mr. Cloudy's side room, and we were just watching old clips, and one of them was like a bloopers reel from 6th grade, and I looked and sounded completely different. It was insane. And then there's another clip where I threw my phone across the room by accident. Yeah. Yeah, I think we caught that on recording too, so play that clip.
What about you, Alex?
It's not me who was embarrassed, it was Parshwa. Okay, so we were in the original room, the ISS room, and I don't know the context of the conversation, but Parshwa was just sitting there, I don't know, on his phone or something, and someone took something of his, and he screamed, "No! My drugs! Not my drugs! I need my drugs!" And the door was open, and the dean was in the room right next door. And then Parshwa had this huge blush on his face. He was so scared that he would get in trouble. And it was just, everyone was laughing, and that was just probably the most embarrassing moment in the club that I've seen. So, yeah.
Wait, one question.
Parshwa, in this production process, what was the most embarrassing moment that you witnessed while producing for WWMS?
So there are many embarrassing moments. I don't know if we have any of these on camera, but I remember in 6th grade ISS room, I was sick. I used to sniff a lot, like because I had a stuffy nose. So then Noah came up with another joke. He started sniffing with me. He's like, and then Chase started continuing that on and on. So then it was like going and going, and then after in a bit, it was just like too much.
And lastly, let's talk legacy. Where do the founding members and Dean Robinson see this club in the future? Do they have trust in me? Can I lead this club? Can we keep putting out great live streams, great shows? Personally, in my 8th grade year.
Wait, one question.
You mentioned this kind of for the future aspect with Chase out of the picture. How do you envision the broadcast club going in the years ahead at the same speed, hopefully, as it was?
So I think the biggest thing that we're going to have to do is obviously get new members as 6th graders coming in. We can't really wait until 7th grade, 8th grade, because if we're going to build this to really thrive and continue to build on itself, we need to get the young people in and get them involved. I have no doubt in the world you guys are going to have endless creative ideas. You're going to constantly be coming up with some great stuff. I'm going to push some stuff with our principal and assistant principal of how to get you guys more in front of the school, possibly live morning announcements, possibly, starting like a news desk and you're actually doing the morning news kind of thing where it's actually broadcasted live each day or at least maybe once a week. Also with those episodes that you guys are doing and just hopefully being able to get the district to now support this to become a major part of our community.
So,
but what is your vision?
My vision.
Your vision.
I know one day this club will somehow be like on TV. I will be watching it at home one day. It'll be on the news. I know like one day CNN is just gonna say Fairfield Woods Middle School Broadcast Club has like done like many achievements and stuff. I guess I could just see us on TV.
Well, founding member of the Fairfield Woods Middle School Broadcast Club, Parshwa Shah. Great having you on, great working with you. Great partnership. Best of luck at board.
Yeah, love you hard.
Definitely. Now, let's talk legacy. Let's talk future. My favorite thing to do. Where do you see this club in, the next year when it's going to be under leadership of the rising 8th graders and then beyond? What's your legacy here at Woods?
My legacy I've always said across the board is that I want to inspire people to chase their dreams. And in my 3 years here, if I have, a lot of it has been with my friends, but if I have inspired more people to want to chase a passion, particularly in this field, I've done my part, I feel. And again, you'd have to ask them that question. I hope I did a very good job at doing that. I hope I did a good job at leading this club for 3 years. I thought I had a lot of fun with it. I wanted to make this fun. I wanted to make us successful. I think we did a combination of both, which was great. In terms of where this club is going from here, it's not going in better hands. It's not going into, you know what I mean? It is. There cannot be better hands than it could be handed off to. Excuse me. In yourself. So I'm excited for what the club has to offer. In terms of me, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm still going to do more broadcasting, personal channel, again, Chase's Sports News. If you're not subscribed, just click off the video, do that right now. But
we need the attention, stay on.
But I'm going to be continuing to do stuff. We'll do stuff at Ward, but I hope that this club, when I come back in a few years, is still a lot of fun and still has a lot of great content. And if that's the case, I did my part.
And to our graduating 8th graders, thank you so much. You have made this real. You didn't just run a club. You built something that will hopefully last long after you guys move on. This is your farewell. It's your graduation day and it's your last of school, but you will always, because of the importance of this club, have such an important part in the school. And Mr. Robinson, this episode is as much for you because the broadcast club has changed the school, become a part of the community, and it's really important. With that, your host Arav Kapoor, taking you through the history of the Fairfield Woods Middle School Broadcast Club, start to finish, featuring interviews with 8th grade founding members. Good luck in high school, 8th graders. Peace out, Fairfield Woods.
And on a serious note, Chase, we had dogged you in some of the answers, but dude, if it wasn't for you and what you've shown these guys to do, there wouldn't be that interest. You've been the catalyst and the spark of this entire thing. You've left so much behind for these guys to work up to and to be part of. And I know without a doubt, everything that they're going to do going forward is they're going to ask themselves the same question on every episode. Did we make Chase proud with this episode? And to the other 8th graders that are there, Alex, Parshwa, all you guys, you've done an unbelievable job. You're behind the scenes. Yes, your face isn't always out there, but his face wouldn't be out there if you guys didn't do what you did. So congratulations to you guys as well, and the best of luck.